Okay, so first impressions of the Christmas Mica, not that impressing, not that impressive. But we are going to be trying something that I did mention in my initial video of her, which is her and Rupee. Reason being is because she's an Iron Code character, and the problem with this Mica right now for me is her stacking, right? It just takes too long, and by having Rupee, which she's not geared up yet, but by having Rupee, she can actually help, right? After landing 100 normal attacks, our Iron Code allies increase their stack count by 1. Right now, the thing is about this Mica character is that you need to like kind of invest into her to still get barely anything, right? I know you're gonna probably want to give her max ammo capacity. You're probably gonna want to level up these skills to like around level 10, if not level 10. At least the first 2 skills. The burst skill is not necessary, honestly, but the first 2 skills probably you want to get them to level 10. Definitely that second skill you want to get to level 10, right? But she's just not worth it, right? It's not worth it to invest into this character and give her overload and stuff like that over all the other characters that are just better that you haven't given overload to, right? Why would you overload this character instead of overloading, I don't know, Modernia, right? If you haven't overload Modernia, then obviously pick like characters like that over this Mica, right? But overload gear and investment saves this character. But hopefully, without all that, we're gonna see if Rupee can do that. Also, thank you guys for 11,000 subscribers. We did hit 11,000 subscribers, so thank y'all. Now, let me pause it, build these characters up, and then we'll come back. Alrighty, so this is the team I put together. It's not necessarily like we're not really seeing for damage and stuff. This video is again towards Mica, so we just slapped up random DPS. We just want to see how fast it can be with Mica and Rupee, right? So remind you, every time they land attacks, that's the one thing you got to remember. It's every time they land it, not every time they shoot it. So they have to land 100 from Rupee and then 189 in total from Mica to actually get the buffs. And because, you know, their AR, I believe, and SMG, you want to attack closer range enemies, right? Even in a general sense, enemies, like this is shooting range, right? So you want to attack these guys because you're going to have more accuracy here, I guess. Even in a, wait, where are we? We're not at any stacks right now, right? Which is fine, right? So reload speed is okay, right? Attacking that, boom. We're still landing all those shots. Not really all of them, but majority of them, I guess. Looks like we're landing them, actually. Right? Doesn't look like we're missing any shots, so I don't know. Like it's I guess it's just better again to attack the closer units, right? Like these guys. Right? The train is out right now, so I don't want to use her against the train. What are we at right now for stacks? With both of them combined? Now we're at 7 stacks. Oh, that's better. Yeah, so with Rupee, it's gonna be better because you obviously have her increasing her own stack by 2 essentially, and then also Rupee helping her out, right? So now we're at fully 10 stacks, and it took us, what? Okay, it was like 10 seconds faster, right? But keep in mind, mine is a 555. I think if we put in the Mica that's 10 10 10, which again I'm not expecting everybody to like even invest into this character 10 10 10, right? It would be a bit silly, especially since the next character is a pilgrim, most likely. I have to say most likely because if I keep saying it's a pilgrim and then it's not a pilgrim, it's like boom. But it is a pilgrim. I'm just saying it's not gonna, like, just insurance. Me saying just in case is insurance, right? But this is a 10 10 10 Mica, right? So let's try with this Mica. Maybe if anything, I could put in characters like Pepper and stuff like that as well, who also increase it even more, because we don't necessarily need Mica's burst one, but I feel like that's way too much. Like if I have to put all these characters on a team to make Mica do her job, then she's not a great character, right? It doesn't matter how much, like that's the reality of the situation. Even if Rupee does help her out, the fact that I have to bring Rupee already just to do that one job is crazy. But yeah, we got 3 stacks instantly because of Rupee and Mica together. Right, but with these two characters, you could probably get the stacks going a lot faster, right? We're currently at 5 stacks, right? The reloading is definitely there. Max ammo capacity needed, because she has no bullets, right? We're at 7 stacks, and now we're at 8 stacks, and that's again because of Rupee. Now we're at 9 stacks, and we should be at 10 stacks right now, right? So that took 40 seconds, right? So with 10 10 10, no overload gear, no max ammo capacity and stuff like that, and Rupee, it took us 40 seconds to get full stacks, which is better, but I don't know. 40 seconds is just 20 seconds off of what, like, you know what I mean? 40 seconds is just 20 seconds off of like what it was without Rupee. And that's better, but 40 seconds still seems like a bit too much for me, right? Maybe I'm being too greedy about it, I don't know, but 40 seconds does kind of still seem like crazy, right? Rather than 60 seconds, it's 40 seconds with Rupee, right? So it's definitely effective, efficient enough, I want to say. What if I bring a team that actually like increases max ammo capacity and stuff like that? So essentially just this team again. Right, we actually bring Noir, right? Right, we bring Noir, we bring, what's her name? We don't need to bring Blanc, right? I can put in Diesel actually. No, Diesel doesn't help out. Not unless she's fully stacked, and it's gonna take too long to stack. So let's just put in Blanc, I guess. It's fine. And we're gonna try like this, right? Like, so Noir is gonna be helping her out. Let me put in a character who actually increases hit rate. All right, so I put Modernia on the team because when we enter a full burst, Modernia actually helps out with the crit rate. So with this team, we don't need to use her burst skill, so that's good. Yeah, we don't need to use her burst skill, right, to get anything off. So this team actually can work. But again, I don't know. I don't like teams like this, right? Right, like I feel like Rupee's a good character in general, right? I think she's probably dialed down a bit, especially with all the burst skills we've gotten lately. But she's still a very good character. It's just I don't really like characters like, right, unless both of them are like crazy together, like Schoolgirls and Bunny Girls. But it's fine, right? Or even a Niece and Privity, that's a good combo, right? But I don't feel like having to bring this one character. So now we have insane hit rate because of Modernia. My Modernia is fully built as well. And how many stacks are we? Yeah, I just took that in. We are currently at 3 stacks of the damage taken. We are currently at 3 stacks. We're at 6 stacks. And then even still, we're going to get to 9 stacks. It's going to take probably still 40 seconds regardless. Right? So it's not necessarily the amount of bullets you have, I want to say. Like, I'm sure that can help, right? But it still took like 39 seconds there. So it's not necessarily the amount of bullets you have, which obviously that will help her out a lot, but it's still based on the attack speed, right? If she has 1,000 bullets, even with her attack speed and her having to land all those hits, still comes into play, right? So it's better to give her more ammo. It's just so you don't have to reload and stuff like that. It's probably better to give her hit rate so you can actually hit your target from far range, but I think she's just meant for bosses. In terms of like getting it off efficiently and not having to worry about all that extra stuff, bosses is where she's gonna really shine. But yeah, like I feel like even with all the bullets, still being able to miss bullets, still like the attack speed being as slow it is for her, and having to land as much bullets as she has to land is still like quite crazy, right? So like a MG has a total of 120. So basically every burst cycle or every normal attack cycle, she'll give herself 1 stack. And then by this next cycle, she'll give herself another stack because she hit, what's it called? The like 150 threshold, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's still better with Rupee, right? But I think if you're going to want to really use this character and make the most of this character, she's probably better off. You're probably better off using her with, like Rupee, but with like fully invested, right? You're probably better off using her with Rupee, but fully invested as well. Like the full investment for this character has to come into play, right? There's just no point of using her without, right? So it's a bit unfortunate because Mica's kit, again, it does look really good and it is really good, but there's things that I guess people, including myself, don't really consider much when reading the kit. How fast is it going to take for all this to land, right? Is it really going to be that good? Is it really going to be that fast, right? So those are like little things that, you know, we learn from our mistakes and stuff like that. So we just got to consider that from now on, more of us in the community. But overall, I would still say she's a good character, just takes way too long, probably better in long fights. And I don't want to use her against Train because, I mean, we could try her once in Train. Let me see. Alrighty, so I'm running this like insane heavy team for Train. We probably could beat it with this team, right? Just because of like the raw damage and stuff like that. But like, I feel like if we have full stacks before the Train starts letting off all like its, you know, crazy stuff, then by all means, the burst gauge generation is definitely going to be helpful. For sure, that's definitely going to be helpful. But it doesn't necessarily change the fact that, what's it called? Like, boom, okay. Are we gonna break that in time? We did, right? But then again, this is just raw damage. We only have 4 stacks now, so damage reduction is gonna come into play, regardless, right? When we get that full stacks, maybe it might be crazy for train, right? As long as you have the raw damage, right? She's still gonna give the max ammo capacity to everybody when we're fully stacked. We're still not fully stacked though, right? We are at 7 stacks right now, or 9 stacks right now, and now we're fully stacking. You can see, okay, we didn't tank the bullets there as much as I thought we were going to, but what's it called? I guess it wouldn't even matter in train, right? Because we don't want to take these hits. They really do damage, right? So the damage reduction 20%. Oh, mine is not 20% damage reduction. Mine is 15% damage reduction. So it's even worse than what it's supposed to be because you have to fully invest into it to get that. But yeah, having the damage reduction, as you guys see, is helping these people stay alive, like Rupee, right? Damage reduction is still definitely helping out. But yeah, maybe you can make use of her, right? I think the max ammo capacity helping there, right? It did come into play. So I don't know. With Rupee, it was definitely way better, right? Because that was less than it was 1 minute and 18 seconds, right? Without Rupee, we would only have 18 seconds of the full stack. So with Rupee, we had a decent amount of time with the stacks. So we got everything going, right? Wasn't bad enough. I mean, it wasn't bad at all, realistically. So I don't know. Maybe that's plus points. But for now, that's all I'm going to show you guys. Let me know your final verdict on this team comp right here with Rupee and her. But yeah, it's your boy Zxous. I'm out. Peace.